Finland has become the latest member of NATO, doubling the military alliance's border with Russia, which adds some 1,300 kilometers to the alliance's frontier with Russia. The ceremony was held in Brussels with U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg in attendance. This move presents a blow to Russian President Vladimir Putin, who has long sought to undermine NATO. On the eve of the ceremony, Russia warned that further NATO expansion will not bring more stability to Europe and that they would scale up forces near Finland if NATO sent any troops or equipment to the new member country. All for one and one for all, united we stand, divided we shall fall. Finland's decision to join NATO could have significant implications for the future of European security and geopolitics. On the one hand, it could potentially lead to a more assertive Russian foreign policy and further polarize relations between NATO and Russia. This could result in increased tensions and potentially even military conflict. On the other hand, Finland's accession to NATO could strengthen the alliance's position in Northern Europe and provide a significant boost to its collective defense capabilities. It could also serve as a signal to other countries in the region that are considering joining NATO, such as Sweden. In addition, Finland's decision could have implications for the EU's defense and security policy. Some experts argue that NATO and the EU should work more closely together to address common security challenges, and Finland's accession to NATO could be seen as a step in this direction. Overall, the future implications of Finland joining NATO are complex and uncertain, but it is clear that it represents a significant development in the evolving geopolitical landscape of Europe. Fear is the enemy of logic. Fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, and hate leads to suffering. Putin's actions have created a sense of vulnerability and insecurity among some of Russia's neighbors, which has driven them to seek closer ties with NATO and the United States. This has led to increased cooperation between NATO and countries such as Finland and Sweden, which have historically maintained a policy of neutrality. We can say at least one good thing came from the Putin's war in Ukraine, and that is Finland joining NATO, which make the alliance bigger and safer. Possibly later on Sweden would be able to join NATO too if they come to understanding with Turkey and Hungary.